Hello Woody, you enjoying the heat? Just come over here and he was laying down in that spot there on the pebbles in the full sun, just laying down sunbathing. It's lovely and warm today, but we're expecting some real hot weather coming up, and I'm going to put him another bath in there a little bit deeper, although he probably doesn't mind the heat because he is from hot countries, but I want to make sure he's totally happy. So I'm going to give his mews a clean out today. That's what he had yesterday, he's ate all that. The beauty of editing, as if by magic. Let's clean this up. It's better. In the comments last week I was asked a question about food. What food, how much, and about temperatures. So I was going to talk a little bit about that today. Now these questions are questions that everyone has. When you've got your hawk, slowly but surely everything gets simplified in the mind. So I keep a freezer, and in that freezer is all his meats, his rabbit, his rats, his chicks. On the first season I had a big fridge as well as the freezer, and now I've got rid of the big fridge and I've got a very small fridge, and all I do is get out from the freezer the day before what he needs the next day and just put it in that small, just a little beer fridge really. So I just put it in there, and by the next day it's ready to use. So I'll show you a little bit about that in a minute. So if I've got a large rabbit, for instance, if you portion that up when they're thawed out, it gets really messy. Now the thing about how much meat to put in there, that sort of becomes clear as you go, because if you put too much in there in the morning, it's still in there, there's a part of it still in there, and you realise then you put too much in, and then you reduce down. So it's difficult to say exactly how much in each individual needs. But I know roughly what mine will eat, and I've been weighing him at fat weight, so I know he's sort of staying stable. But he could eat 3 chicks, he'll eat 4 chicks, but if I put the equivalent of a piece of rabbit in there, then that piece of rabbit of the same weight may be left in the morning. So he seems to enjoy certain foods. Also what I've been doing, because it's so hot, I've been feeding him later on in the day, in the sort of evening, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock when the sun's going down, just so there's not so many flies in there. Because if I fed him in the morning and he'd left a piece of it, it would be full of flies within an hour. So I tend to feed him now in the evenings. But I'll show you what I do, and it is on other videos, sort of bits and pieces about feeding. But feeding is it's a subject that that changes for everyone, and for every hawk, every falcon, and for temperature as well. Because in this heat they eat less, so you just got to be sort of adjusting as you go really. Until you get your own hawk and you get your setup, you get your freezer, you get your fridge, and then you've got your hawk or your falcon, and then you just start learning as you go, because you can't learn that before. You just have to watch your hawk, see what it's eating, what it's leaving, sort of adjust. The first season what I was doing, I was putting food in there, and then in the morning, if there was anything left, or in the evening, I went in there, and if there was something left, I'll just pick it up, put it back in the fridge, and then give it back to him the next day. But I've got it about right now, so what I'm feeding him is actually eating all of it. So yesterday I gave him a piece of rabbit which seemed quite a size, but the weight of it wasn't that heavy, so I'll put it all in there, and he did eat it all, as you saw when I picked it up earlier on. And if you've not seen one of these, this is the cast. He brings one of these up most days if he's got cast in his food, which is fur and feathers. But you can see this is the rabbit, and if we undo it and have a look in there, it is mainly fur. So he's had a lot of fur. Sometimes you find little bones and bits and pieces in there, but this is all mainly rabbit fur. So that's a good healthy casting. A little bit of fat in there, but that's it. So it's just rabbit fur. This is my chopping block. It's just a bit of old pine that I've put together, and all goes on my little fridge. It's got a little freezer in it, and even that ice is melting today. It's because it's hot in this garage. I'll just turn that up a little bit anyway. And here it is. There's all these rats and stuff. Got a box of chicken there, chicks, stale cockerels. So I'm going to get them 3 of these out today. So I'll put them there. I normally get these out the day before, but I'll show you exactly what I do with those to get them ready for later. So I'll get this rabbit out. So wash your fingers, keep your thumbs in. But there you go, so no blood. Just portion it up frozen like that, or partially freeze, and then I use the chopper. But this is a good way, nice sharp saw. Anyway, it's more of that. I'll put them back in the freezer because they're only chopped, and that's it. And you know, it's not messy doing it that way. And I can do the same with the rat. So these 3 chicks I'm going to thaw out for later. Piece of rat in there for tomorrow, along with one chick. To be honest, a bit of rat will probably be enough. So that's tomorrow's. Just like that. And this is today's. I could just leave that on there, and by tonight they'll be thawed out, but I'll show you what I do for a quick thaw out if it's cold weather. So what I do now, I want to thaw these out quickly because I've forgotten like I did this time. I could just leave these and they'll thaw out by this evening, or put just cold water over the top of them and leave them, and they'll thaw out nicely. And I think it's a good idea to put water on stuff that you get out of the freezer anyway, especially in this weather, because when that hawk eats all that and it's all soaked in water, it sort of rehydrates the food after it's been frozen, but also gives him a nice bit of fluid and rehydration. So you wait till your wife's not in and come in and use the microwave, but you just want to put it on defrost and just set it for a couple of minutes and keep checking it, because what you don't want is it to get hot. Although it's on defrost, if you leave it, it will actually start to warm up and cook. So I just leave it for a little while. So after you've touched any or touched your hawk, touched the food, always wash your hands. Even if you put your hand inside that glove, you should really wash your hands and keep good hygiene, because you only want to forget and eat something and you could upset yourself. I think that'll do. Yep, so now they're squeezable, they're still cold, there's no heat there. Water, and I'll just leave him like that for half an hour.
Defrosting chicken, little chicks in our microwave.
No. We've been invaded with little butterflies. So what you never want to do is put something in the microwave, think it's thawed out, and then feed it straight away. So whatever you do, thaw it out, put it in cold water and leave it, because the last thing you want is some heat and burn your hawk in some way. So always put it into cold water. Hello mate, how you doing? You alright? Go and look at your mews, it's all clean. Go and have a look. Go and have a look. How's that mate? Got plenty of baths now, haven't you? Your mews is clean if you want to go in there. Do you want to go and have a look? Woody's gone in now, and I've just dropped down the trapdoor, which is in there. Otherwise he will just come straight out into the aviary. He'll jump straight on my fist now he's in there. Hello mate. Hello Woody. I'm not going to perch him out. I'm going to sit him on the glove for a little while. If that had been open, he'd have gone out in the aviary. So although he appears to be comfortably getting on my fist at fat weight, he would prefer to fly off. But he knows that he's going to come straight on the fist. Good boy, Woody. So to answer the question, what do I feed this hawk? It's quite open-ended, the question, because it depends on weather, temperature, it depends on what time of year it is, it depends on what he's ate the day before and what he's eating. So it's a sort of a learning process really that you have to go through yourself, and slowly but surely, it doesn't take long, you'll work out what they need. Now in the flying season it's different again, and it's not too difficult with these sort of hawks because they're a little bit forgiving. So it really is a case of you wait till you get your hawk, and once you start flying the hawk, weighing the hawk, seeing the response, but learning what you're looking at, and that's what no book can really teach you. It's a case of someone helping you, or you start to realise that when you take your hawk out, he's not responding, he's not. So it varies quite a lot really, food. If I was to give him a big piece of pigeon today, and that is really red meat, then he might not want so much of that, and then tomorrow, if it's hot, he'll want even less. But I don't know what he wants. I give him what I think he wants, and then depending what he's eaten, depending how much he's eaten or how quick he eats it, I can see whether he's hungry, because if I walk out towards that mews, I can tell he wants some food just by the way he is. Put your way now, mate. Hey? Shall we? Put your way. Yeah. You like that? nicely rehydrated. Plenty of moisture on there. Could put them through the tube so he doesn't see me, but he knows where it's coming from anyway. And he's still quiet. He'll call a bit when we start hunting again, I'm sure, but that's okay. He's quiet as a mouse in the summer, which is what I wanted. I've just put 3 chicks in there, and I should think he'll eat one, sit around for a little while. Flies have pretty much all gone now, got a bit cooler. Can see through the bars there, he's at that chick, cleaning his beak. I'm not sure if he really wants that third one. From the way he was eating that, he was in no rush, and he's probably had enough now. I don't think he really wants that last one, but just for the video, we'll put it there and see what he does. I've made it really easy for him. As you can see, just eat what they want to eat. He could easily fit 3 of those in his crop, but he's not worried. He's probably going to have a bath in a minute.